Step 1. Attach your chainring to the adapter using the bolt shown previously. It should look something like this. Step 2. Remove your chain. I'm surprised at how well these things still spin. Same thing goes for my $30 bottom bracket. Kiss my ass, ceramic speed. Big boy chainring. Okay, step 3 is to loosen your bolts and remove the crank. Look how disgusting that is. Yucks. Okay, your crank should easily slide off now. And this is why you should never ever get a white frame. Okay, step 4 is to try to remove your front derailleur, but realize that your bottle cage is in the way. Great. Okay, once you've moved your bottle cage out of the way, you can remove your front derailleur. Now you might be wondering why you're looking at random screenshots, and well, that's because I messed up. Who would have guessed? You see, my crank arm is one of those 3-bolt designs, so you can only fit the adapter in one direction. And because I attached the adapter to the chainring without even bothering to check the orientation, it was facing the wrong direction. So yeah, this is what an oval chainring is supposed to look like. You know, larger where the pedal stroke is the easiest, and smallest at where the hardest part of the pedal stroke is. And yeah, this was how mine looked. So it was the complete opposite of what it was meant to be. So I was like, oh my god. And yeah, this is where the story continues. Step 5. Remove your chainrings from the crank, then separate the chainring from the adapter. Step 6. Attach the adapter to the crank. Speaking of my crank, I actually have a long story about it. So the company that makes these cranks somehow managed to absolutely mess up the manufacturing of these cranks. As you can visually see, it's so crooked. Like, how can you manufacture this, look at it and say, yes, it's perfect. Like, dude, I'm more impressed than anything, man. But thankfully, they sent me a new crank. And without further questions, like this right here, this was all I sent. And they were like, oh, alright, let me send you a new one. Which makes me believe that this wasn't a one-off occasion. Like, this has happened to many people before. So yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, moving on. So once you've properly installed the chain rings, they should look like this. So once you've fitted everything on, like your chain, your cranks, your bottle cage, and yeah, all the other stuff, it should look like this. Now, first impressions, I'm actually rather disappointed. You know, I've been hyped up by all the marketing and all the media and all the people like, oh my god, it's so good, it makes your pedaling so light, man. The only thing that is making light is my goddamn wallet after buying this shit, man. If you have proper pedaling technique, i.e. dragging a foot at the bottom of the pedal stroke, which is what I've always been doing, you're not gonna feel that big of a difference. I'm not saying they don't work, they obviously do. You know, I can't just deny the laws of physics. But it's just rather disappointing. But you know, these are just initial impressions, and I'll probably do a follow-up video, and yeah. That's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and have been entertained by my suffering. And yeah, I will see you next time. Good night, everybody.